Condao Island,
So beautiful! $20 for a room like
a
this.
place of startling contrast where nature and beauty intertwine with history and mystery. This video shows you how to ride there the whole way from Ho Chi Minh City, where to go, what to do there, and of course, how to understand its dark history. The islands had been on my bucket list for years, and they should be on yours too.
The beauty. Heat up the engine a little. Nice.
I started just after 5 a.m. to avoid heavy traffic. Around 6, it starts to get busier. 7, you definitely don't want to be leaving the city at that time. It's a hassle on National Road 1A or QL1A on the map.
We are on National Road 1A heading to the city of My Tho. And we're gonna go straight to a cafe by the Mekong River in about 15 kilometers.
As of 2025, the only way to go from Ho Chi Minh City to Condao by motorbike is to ride 185 kilometers to Chanh Dê, a small town in the old Soc Trang province, now part of Con Th City. And then take a ferry for between 2 and 2.5 hours with your bike on board.
And this is the cafe. Cafe Hoàng Sa. And the Mekong. Cho em một cà phê sữa đá nhé.
Dạ.
Có sẵn không em? Hay là có sẵn không?
Có sẵn không hả?
Có sẵn không?
Dạ có.
Ít đá nhé. The tea is here. Cảm ơn em.
Dạ.
Em ơi, cho anh xin một cái ly không được không? Để em
được.
bỏ đá, nhiều đá quá.
Dạ được.
Em bảo ít đá mà.
Đây này.
Cảm ơn.
Dạ.
Beautiful. It's been raining. Soaked, my feet are soaked. Yeah, very unusual dry season. Cho em một cà phê sữa đá nhé.
Dạ.
Cảm ơn. So good. My third one today. Berry time.
December is normally dry in this area, but it rained almost non-stop that day. I got soaked, I dried off, and got soaked again, several times. I had a raincoat with me, but I don't like wearing it unless absolutely necessary. And anyway, the raincoat didn't cover my feet, so my shoes stayed wet. Still, the ride had its moments. Green rice fields, canals, 4 coffee stops, 2 small ferry crossings, and beautiful delta scenery.
This is way too cold and rainy for December in southern Vietnam. Really unusual weather. Bao nhiêu anh? Cảm ơn. Cảm ơn. Nice weather if you're not riding.
Each ferry takes about 10 minutes and costs about 7,000 dong. After you cross the second canal by ferry, you'll get to the city of Soc Trang, which can be a good stop for food. But no food for me. I just wanted to get to Chanh Dê and find a motel.
Soc Trang.
There is one boat daily from Chanh Dê to Con Dao, and it leaves at 7 a.m. so you need to spend the night in Chande.
We are finally heading to the boat station at Chande. Two nice fellows I met earlier on the bridge. They were fishing.
It's only about 30 kilometers from Sokchang to Chande, and the ride is quite enjoyable.
Look how nice it is here. The boat, the canal, the smell of dead fish.
I started to look for a motel right when I got there.
Dạ phòng gì?
Vâng, không có phòng trên tầng không?
Dạ không.
Không ạ. Vâng. Thế còn nước có nước tắm không?
Có mấy đứa không?
Vâng. Còn phòng nào khác không?
Dạ.
Phòng bao nhiêu? Bao nhiêu tiền?
Dạ 200 ạ.
200.
Dạ.
Vậy thì em xem, có thể em quay lại nhé.
Dạ,
Em
dạ.
xem cái khác. Cảm ơn. Not bad, 200,000, $8 a night. But the room doesn't really have natural light, and I want that, even though it's just for sleeping. Anyway, other options around here.
You can't be very picky when you're away from the big cities in Vietnam, but I just simply didn't want to choose the very first motel.
Phòng đơn bao tiền ạ? 200. 300. Cảm ơn. He said 200 and 300, which makes me think that the price was inflated. Let's see what's inside. Có trên tầng không?
Dạ có. Cho em chụp giấy chứng minh.
Dạ.
Chụp căn cước.
Không, nhưng mà em xem trước đã.
Không, phòng em ok.
Nhưng mà phải xem trước khi thuê mà.
Không, em nên không cho phòng. Không cho xem phòng. Dạ.
Không cho xem. Funny.
I finally found Dana Hotel the best option in Chande, with good prices and friendly owners.
So this room is 200. So eventually I decided to take the double room because it has a window. 300,000 for one person, 360 for two people. Come on in. Big bathroom, nice shower. Cool. If you want to transport your bike, you should be there at least half an hour before the boat leaves, which is 7 in our case this morning.
The boat station is about 5 minutes by motorbike from Dana Motel. A ticket is 350,000 dong per person, one way.
And that is the boat station.
You can book your ticket online, but for the motorbike, you just pay directly at the station.
29556 rồi, có khách đợi em xíu.
The procedure is pretty easy. Pay 250, and that's it for the bike. 250, $10. Those are the bikes over there. Ở đây, hành lý ở đây.
Dạ dạ chị. Nhưng mà anh giữ giúp em.
Giữ cái này.
Dạ giữ giúp em.
Okay. We arrived after 2 hours, and if you're seasick, do not take this boat. Just fly.
That day, the ocean was still rough, so the boat bounced a lot. Closing my eyes helped, but I still felt a bit dizzy for about 30 minutes afterward. Pills help, and you can get them on the island.
And the ocean's right ahead. Yeehaw! So beautiful! Look at that! Wow!
Con Dao is a remote archipelago in southern Vietnam, a little over 100 kilometers from Chande boat station. It's made of 16 islands totaling about 76 square kilometers. The largest and most significant island is Con Son, with about 57 square kilometers. The islands have about 12,000 inhabitants. The terrain is mostly hilly, with the highest peaks of Tangza at 577 meters and Chua at 515 meters. The other smaller islands only rise to around 200 meters. The surrounding sea is mostly shallow, generally under 30 meters. Temperatures average around 26 degrees Celsius.
Xin chào, anh có phòng 403.
On floor.
Cảm ơn. Alone in the elevator. Look at that. Nice view, except they put the hotel there. Pretty wild, this island. This is Hwanang from the hotel, ladies and gentlemen. Smells very nice, looks very clean. The bathroom, what I care the most about. Oh yes. Good. Nice. Good choice. $500,000 down. So $18-20 for a room like this, I think it's a very good price. Now I'll show you a room with a full ocean view, $500,000 down.
After that, I went straight to the beach.
Đây là con đảo resort đúng không? Thế anh thanh toán luôn à?
Yeah.
Wow, tuyệt vời. Cảm ơn.
I'll show you several beaches in this video, and Condao has many more hidden ones. But first, I chose An Hai Beach, just 3 minutes from the hotel on foot. I went to Condao Resort. You can rent 2 long seats and an umbrella here for $300,000 a day. They also give you towels. I think it's a very good deal, especially if you're a couple or a group of friends.
Xin chào, có cà phê không?
Dạ.
Có menu không? Cà phê sữa đá nhá.
Anh mang đi hay là ở đây?
Uống ở đây đang thuê dù và ghế.
There are roughly 166 rainy days each year, and humidity is about 90% year-round. The average temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. Between October and February, there can be storms and the ocean can be rough with cool weather at times. I came here in December, so that was good for me since the island was quite empty for this reason, and the weather was not too sunny, even cloudy sometimes, both making the riding more enjoyable. This island has dozens of kilometers of jungle and coastal roads, but to me the best stretch runs from An Hai Beach to Ben Dum Boat Station. On this route you can also see one of the most stunning sunsets you'll ever see. You'll constantly watch it for more than 5 kilometers while riding on this very road. And there are several spots to stop and picture that amazing scene, which I'll show you later in this video. Make sure you also check the description with links for all the spots I show you in this video, from motels to scenic spots to all.
Chào em. Cho anh một cà phê sữa đá nhé. Có thể bớt cà phê cũng được vì uống 2 cái rồi. Nhưng mà không bạc xỉu nhé.
Không bạc xỉu.
Vẫn là sữa nhưng mà có thể bớt một tí.
Ít cà phê. Dạ.
Và cũng ít đá nhé.
Dạ. Dạ. Anh đặt cái thẻ lên bàn giúp em nhé.
5:30 a.m. We're gonna go for a ride around the coast, and this is the beauty.
The next day I started early because I always like to ride in the cool air of the morning. I wanted to ride along the coast and then head inland and locate the national park. Most of Con Dao's ecological value is concentrated in Con Dao National Park, which protects highly diverse ecosystems from forests and wetlands to coral reefs and seagrass beds, making it one of the most important biodiversity hotspots in Vietnam and in the wider Southeast Asia Indian Ocean region. This is also where ecotourism truly comes to life. Visitors can snorkel and dive among coral reefs, explore the other islands, or hike through untouched jungle trails. From July to September, visitors can watch sea turtles releasing hatchlings. Fun fact, did you know that Marco Polo passed by here? In 1294, his fleet of 14 ships was caught in a storm. 8 ships sank, and the survivors sheltered at Con Dao.
Chào anh, cho em hỏi vườn quốc gia ở đâu ạ? Mấy giờ mở cửa anh? Ok, cảm ơn.
Many Vietnamese people believe there are ghosts here, and although I don't believe in ghosts myself, riding through this area early in the morning and not seeing anyone around gave me a strange feeling. If you're really into biodiversity and conservation, you should definitely give the national park a good full day.
Vườn quốc gia này có gì đặc biệt không? Bởi vì lịch hơi kín, muốn xem hoàng hôn vân vân, thì ví dụ trong vòng 30 phút có kịp để xem một cái gì đó đẹp không? Hay là không kịp?
Mình có thể tham quan cây di sản hơn 400 tuổi, khoảng 2 km.
Khứ hồi hay là một chiều?
Một chiều.
Thì nghĩa là phải 20 phút, 25 phút đi bộ, thế là 50 phút cả về.
Nếu vậy thì mình có thể đi tham quan ở phía bên kia.
Real?
Yeah.
Wow. How do they keep them like that?
Lấy hết nội tạng. Lấy hết nội tạng ngoài và
Kiểu xác ướp đúng không?
Xác ướp.
Yeah, like mummy. Yeah.
mummy.
Mummy.
So you have ever seen sea turtle before?
Only in Hoan Kiem Lake. I don't know where this road goes, but this is why I'm taking it.
I was eager to find historical relics, but I returned to the national park later and went for a walk through it. In the 1930s, the French colonialists forced the local people to build a bridge to exploit timber and stone for building prisons and government facilities. Workers were forced to do hard labor here under extreme conditions. The bridge was never completed, but about 356 prisoners died.
Chào anh ơi, cho em hỏi cái cầu này chỉ còn thế thôi à?
Đi tới trong kìa.
À, đi theo đường này thì còn nhiều hơn à?
Nó được khoảng
À, nó dừng ở đó.
dừng rồi đó.
À, vâng. Theo cái biển này thì là cách mạng là đã dừng đúng không? Vâng.
I love islands, and I'll tell you why I always bring my motorbike from the mainland. Most islands in Vietnam don't offer good bikes for rent. They usually have scooters or fully automatic bikes, which I find boring, or poorly maintained semi-automatics. Besides, I honestly love my bike. I know it, I'm used to it, I maintain it so it won't break down. You can rent a motorbike on this island, but it's probably not going to be a very good one. Con Dao has beautiful beaches, each with its own charm. They say there are a few dozen, but most are not easily accessible. Here are 7 of them. La Voi Beach is known for its clean sand, calm water, and early sunrises. Facing southeast, it's the first place on the island to catch the morning light. An Beach is the most accessible from town, 10 minutes on foot from the center. It's the one you saw at the very beginning of this video. You can get any food and drinks you may wish from the several resorts and bars and restaurants around. Dam Choe Beach has beautiful sand and turquoise water, great scenery with rock formations, and also has service, food and drink. It is very near the runway of the island's airport, so you can watch planes landing smoothly from close distance. Forgive the silly faces, I was simply experimenting with my brand new Instacam. It's my favorite beach on the whole island. Suoi Nong Beach is next to Dam Choe. After a short walk through the forest, you reach a quiet beach with very warm water. Its untouched atmosphere and calm sea make it ideal for nature lovers. Dat Zok Beach lies on the eastern side of the island and is known for its romantic setting. Easily accessible from town by motorbike, visitors can enjoy watching the sunset, water sports and coral snorkeling, all while surrounded by sea, mountains and open sky. Ong Dung Beach is a hidden gem. Its quiet, untouched atmosphere makes it perfect for those seeking peace and nature. The beach is especially popular for snorkeling, where colorful coral and marine life create a stunning underwater world unique to Con Dao. Finally, Nyat Beach, located south of town, right off this coastal road we're on. Rocky formations meet rolling waves, creating stunning views. It's the best place in Con Dao to watch late sunsets when the sun slowly disappears behind the mountains and paints the sea in deep golden tones, just like in this video. And now let me show you the best spot to watch the sunset here on Con Dao. Just as with the other main spots presented in this video, you can find its exact location in the description. In 1862, the French colonial occupiers built a large prison system that operated until 1975. 200,000 prisoners were held here, and about 20,000 of them died here.
Cho mình hỏi chạy Phú Sơn Phú Hải ở đâu ạ? Đi thẳng á? Cảm ơn.
The system included 127 prison wards, 42 solitary cells, and 504 isolation cells known as tiger cages.
Chị ơi cho em hỏi để xe ở ngoài này hay ở đây? Ở ngoài này.
Since Phu Hai camp was closed, I started with Phu San camp.
Phú Hải đã đóng cửa thì thay qua đây là trại Phú Sơn.
Vâng.
Tới các điểm em nhìn cái điểm đến
Vâng,
này
vâng.
mình biết này. Sau đó em mà đi ba nhà tù thì trại Phú Sơn, xong rồi em lại đi ra biển, đây ra
Vâng.
tay phải em chạy xuống tới cái ngã ba dưới kia,
Vâng.
là đó là chuồng cọp Pháp.
Đối diện bãi biển Lò Vôi đúng không?
À đúng không? Bên
Vâng,
trên này
hôm qua
đây,
thấy
đây
rồi.
cái ngã ba này này.
Đúng rồi.
Xem nhà tù thì ở đây, rồi em xuống đó, để em đi xuống đó 3 điểm thôi. Đây xuống đến điểm cuối khoảng 1,5 cây thôi.
À
Chưa
vâng.
tới 2 cây. Ý là xây dựng trên Côn Đảo thì người ta gọi chung là nhà tù Côn Đảo
À,
thôi.
không có
Còn
cái
mình-
điểm nào gọi là
Không.
nhà tù Côn Đảo.
Ví dụ hồi Pháp thì nó gọi là banh 1, banh 2, banh 3.
Vâng.
Nhưng mà sang thời Mỹ nó đối lại là trại Phú Hải, Phú Sơn, Phú Tường, nó Phú đầu tiên hết.
Vâng,
Phú
vâng.
An, Phú Bình.
Vâng, em
Đó,
hiểu.
em hiểu không? Đó.
Vâng.
Thì mình đi xem 3 cái nhà tù đấy thì nó nằm trên cái hệ thống.
À, ok.
Ok.
Cảm ơn chị.
Đường vô á
Vâng.
là có, đó là khu biệt giam. Là đã từng giam ông Lê Hồng Phong, là tổng bí thư đầu tiên của nước Việt Nam.
Vâng.
Đó. Đó là cái khu đó là khu biệt giam những cái tù chính trị cao cấp á. Khu bên này là giam tù thường phạm, biết không?
Vâng, vâng.
Đó thì em đi từ bên này sang.
Ok, cứ theo mũi tên. Cảm ơn chị nhiều.
Start with Phu Hai and Phu San camps and then move on to Phu Tuong camp, where you can see French tiger cages with roofless cells. Later, during the American War, more camps were built, including Phu Binh and Phu An and some more. We'll explore them too. If you're into history, I recommend a full morning for the prison camps alone. As the very helpful and nice lady confirmed, when people say Con Dao prison, it's not really accurate. There were several prison camps here, some built by the French and some built by the Americans. Con Dao prison system would be the correct phrase. Built far from the mainland, the prison was designed to isolate these people. With extremely brutal torture methods and harsh living conditions, prisoners here were forced to endure both physical and mental suffering. The Matian Line Bridge shown before was also built with the lives and sorrow of these prisoners.
Chào em. Cảm ơn.
Over its 113-year existence under French colonial rule and later the United States Republic of Vietnam government, Con Dao prison system became a symbol of brutality and harshness. It was created to imprison and torture political prisoners, revolutionary fighters, and patriotic people. Amongst heroes who perished here were Lê Hồng Phong, Nguyen An Ninh, Ngô Gia Tự, and the female heroine Vo Thị Sáu, who sacrificed her life at a very young age, becoming a powerful symbol of courage. Others who were imprisoned here were Tôn Đức Thắng, Lê Duẩn, Nguyễn Văn Cử, Huỳnh Thúc Kháng, Phan Đăng Lưu, Phạm Hùng. For all, Con Dao became infamous as the most brutal detention place, known as an earthly hell. After visiting the older French camps, you should naturally visit the newer American camps. You need to make a left onto a narrow road opposite Lavoie Beach. After 1955, the Republic of Vietnam regime and the United States continued expanding the prison system here. Phu An Camp was built in 1968 with a total area of over 40,000 square meters. The camp consists of 20 detention rooms and 8 solitary confinement cells, divided into zones A and B, with each zone containing 10 detention rooms and 4 solitary cells. Additional facilities include a kitchen, dining area, and guardhouse. Phu Binh Camp, or the American-style tiger cages, was built in 1971 with a total area of over 25,000 square meters. The camp contains 384 solitary confinement cells divided into 4 zones, AB, CD, EF, and GH. Each zone has 2 rows with 48 cells per row, along with storage buildings, kitchens, wardens' offices, a medical station, and is surrounded by barbed wire fencing and concrete walls. Despite brutal torture, prisoners resisted, defended their dignity, and transformed Con Dao from a place of suffering into a revolutionary school devoted to freedom and independence. Next, I visited Hàng Dương Cemetery.
Để xe ra hả chú?
Xe bao nhiêu tiền đẹp thế?
37 triệu.
Ồ dạ, 37 triệu.
Cả đăng ký.
Cả đăng ký. Đi từ ở đâu vào đây?
Từ Hồ Chí Minh.
Hồ Chí Minh.
Vâng.
Đi.
This is the place of eternal rest for many of the heroes imprisoned here, including Vo Thị Sáu, perhaps the most famous female heroine in Vietnam's modern history. A visit to Hàng Dương Cemetery, where she and others are buried, is a must. In 1948, Vo Thị Sáu threw a grenade killing a French soldier. In the following year, she threw another one at a chief responsible for many executions. She was sentenced to death, but due to public outrage in both France and Vietnam since she was only 16, she was imprisoned here, then later secretly executed at 19 years of age. Other structures include the island governor's residence and Pier 914, and the cowshed isolation area, another place of torture which I'll show you now.
Thì họ sẽ đưa xuống đó, dưới đó bây giờ nước phân bò đồ thải ra thì họ đến cái này, họ ngâm ở dưới đó, gọi là cái hầm phân bò, là để
Vâng.
dùng cái nước thải đó bỏ tù nhân, những cái ông mà không có chịu ly khai á,
Tức là chết rồi á?
không chết còn sống mà họ bắt ngâm á,
Vâng.
thì nhốt đây, bắt đầu nước thải nó đến đây để cho mình khai thác á, mình
À, tra tấn.
tra tấn,
Vâng,
đó
vâng.
rồi gọi là tra tấn những người đó.
À,
So this is where they were torturing prisoners by sinking them into animals' feces and filthy water. Walking through these ruins gives me a strange mix of emotions. I feel a sense of satisfaction because I love history, but also a bitter feeling of disgust when I think about what people can do to other people. After that intense history lesson, I headed back into the national park to visit one of Condao's heritage trees. It's the quickest hike in the park, but the national park has a lot more to offer.
vâng, bao tiền?
100.000. Để anh không biết đi tiếng nào thì để mình chỉ cho đi cái tiếng này nha.
Vâng.
Chạy xe lên đây nè, nó có cái bảng rồi lên có cái chốt đây nè, anh đưa vé cho người ta, rồi người ta đóng dấu vô kiểm soát vé đó, rồi anh có đường đi, rồi đi lên cây sản nè, rồi đi đất thấm bãi bàng nè.
Vâng.
Đấy, khoảng 3 cây số.
Cái
Nếu-
cây ở đâu à?
Cây sản đây.
Thì chắc là
Thì-
đến đây thôi,
À,
thì không kịp,
rồi.
đi 1 tiếng không có thời
Rồi.
gian.
Condao National Park protects the island's rich biodiversity, especially its sea turtles. Here there are also turtle nesting grounds, and conservation programs release hatchlings into the ocean safely. You can watch that show in summer months. On land, there are hundreds of plant species, black giant squirrels, geckos, and many birds. Protected areas help preserve these habitats for the future. And I wanted to end the day on the beach, of course, but historical relics are scattered all around this island. Next time I'm here, I'll spend 2 days on history alone. Seafood is fresh and, of course, tied to the island's culture. Favorites include sun-dried mackerel and squid, moon crab, red lobster, shark salad, sea worms, snails, giant clam, sea urchin sauce, crab noodle soup, and oyster porridge. You can also find non-seafood such as broken rice with grilled pork and others. There are many restaurants in town. You can also find recommendations in the description. And how else to end an island holiday than with a swim in the ocean? Dam Chow Beach again, that's right. next day, I was at the boat station at 12 p.m. and got my pill ready. I bought it for 5,000 dong at the local pharmacy on the island. Now you're gonna watch the show of getting my bike on the boat. I love this.
Rồi 250.000.
Đúng rồi.
Rồi đồ đạc là mình lấy vô tàu giùm em nhé.
Cái đồ này à?
Dạ.
À.
Là em vô tàu không?
Ok.
Không, cái này chứ gì?
Nước ngoài nên
Oops, they bumped it a little, but that's okay. You can transport your bike to all the main islands in Vietnam. I did it to Cat Ba, Cham, Lisan, Phu Quỳ, Phu Quoc, and now Con Dao, and there will be more to come.
Đường đâu đến, nó quét rồi quét lại tùm lum đi á. Chạy.
bên này 10E.
Rồi hàng đầu tiên đi chạy.
It was a little sad to say goodbye too early, I felt. My 4-day, 3-night holiday was a bit too short, as the islands have a lot to offer, so I recommend a week to feel like you don't miss on anything. I have to tell you the pill worked perfectly, so if you are seasick, do take one.
Có cà phê đúng không ạ? Dạ. Có cho con một cà phê đen đá nhé. Vâng. Ít đá nhé. Ít đá. Và không đường nhé.
Ít đường ha.
Không đường.
Không đường hả?
Ít đá, không đường.
Ít
Vâng.
đá thôi phải không?
Ít đá không đường. Vâng. Và trà đá. Vâng.
The good part was that the weather was superb on the way back, so I arrived to Ho Chi Minh City after a few hours' ride. I kept thinking about Con Dao. Who would have thought? From earthly hell to paradise on earth. Can't wait to get back.